嵐がちょうど私の足の下になって、パッと足が溶けてますんだ。わらしちゃんがね。
Alright, so I'm here in the suicide forest in Japan, actually. I don't know, it's kind of dark. This looks like a horror movie or something. It looks like it's the middle of night, but it's actually only the time is only like 5 p.m. around, so now I've heard some stories about this place, that it's cursed or like haunted or something like that, and so I guess I just decided to come out here and check it out for myself. You know, I just got off of the bus and the bus driver was like trying to convince me not to come out here. Like, he was saying like, it's the last bus, it's don't come out, it's the final bus. And I was like, yeah, I can actually speak Japanese, but there's like another guy, he got like another guy to try to help him convince me to not come out here. And the guy was like, bear, there's bears out here. All right, we're coming up to a light, so now we can, yeah, so I really hope that I'm not going to come and encounter a bear out here, but really don't know what's going to happen. I initially wanted to come out here with a group of people because, who the hell is going to go to the suicide forest at nighttime by themselves? But they all ditched me at the end. This, probably because it's a crazy idea to come out here, in the dark. And I think there's a car coming behind me, so hopefully I don't stop out here and say something. This shit is probably so suspicious to these people. Like, because people come out here to, like, commit suicide, so, and, you know what, I didn't come out here unprepared. Gosh, I'm gonna try to get under the light. Okay, there's a car coming up here. But this is low-key a vibe. I'm just walking out here, and every time a car passes by, I'm just gonna act like I'm not trying to commit suicide. Now, I didn't come here unprepared. I actually brought a lot of food, and brought some water, and I brought a flashlight. Actually, I brought a candle type of thing, like electronic candle, which sort of fits the vibe of the suicide vibe. Yeah, so right now it's about 5 p.m. I think, and the next bus back to civilization is like at 9 a.m. So I brought all sorts of things. Actually, I brought a jacket. I'm gonna wear this right now. I'm gonna pause this video. Alright, check this out, guys. Whoops. Check this out. Oh my god, I just got this like a candle thing type of thing. And I'm gonna use this and walk around with this little candle here. It's not, doesn't really help me see at all. I keep hearing noises from the side of the road, so hopefully there's not a bear. That would be very unfortunate for me. But I have a few weapons I'm not going to specify here because I don't know if they're legal. I'm going to take them out actually, just in case I encounter a bear or like a deranged, like psychopath. I've heard stories actually that there's people out here who like try to collect stuff off of people's dead bodies, and so I don't know if I have to be worried about that because I'm not dead, right? Okay, hopefully someone doesn't drive by and see me pulling out like weapons. Okay. I'm actually pretty nervous. I only see my face here right now, and to be honest, I don't know how much of this footage is going to be usable. I think there's a car coming back here. Initially I wanted to go off of the trail. Like, I wanted to go into the forest, just like walk into the forest in a certain direction, like a specific direction. And from there, I wanted to just like make a beeline to like the center of Mount Fuji, or like not Mount Fuji, but the center of the forest. Stay there for the night, and then probably come back in the morning. But now that I'm here, I'm sort of realizing that that's not a acceptable option, because it's kind of freaky. It's pretty freaky here, and I'm not really used to talking to a camera, because this is my first time I've ever done something like this. Not my first time I've been in a forest. I really wish I got here a little bit earlier so that I could show some footage of the forest, because you really can't see anything right now. I mean, there's like there's a bunch of cars coming here, just because I'm on the road. But if I was gonna maybe take a detour or something, then maybe I would go to the side, or what they say. Dude, I look so freaky. Okay, here we are. Oh gosh, okay. I don't know if this helps you see. This actually doesn't help you see. As of right now, I'm just sort of walking down this road. It's raining. It's very light rain. Frankly, I can't see anything in the forest past like a few feet from the road, so that's a little bit unsettling. What I'm really worried about here are the bears, but I'm also worried about finding something unsavory, like Logan Paul. And I am coming here entirely by myself, pretty much entirely by myself, so... And I think if I look, honestly, the cars are a blessing, I think, because if it's not for the cars, then it's completely quiet. I don't know if there's anyone behind me. Every little noise you hear, every little branch you hear that's breaking in the distance, it just sends a shockwave through you. You're like, what is that? I see a sign up here in the distance. Kara, what did that say? Right now I live in Nakano, in Japan, in Tokyo. So it's not too far from here. I mean, about an hour bus ride it took. Personally, I love exploring, I guess dangerous, sort of exciting new places like this one, but this is a first for me to come to somewhere that has such an ominous reputation. Like I said, I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so I've been to a lot of very dense and, ominous sort of forests, but this one is, like, it gives off a vibe that I just cannot describe right now, and this is just walking on the road. To be honest, there is a trail up here, I think nearby to the Wind Cave is what it's called, and so I'm gonna try to go on the trail a little bit, and I'm just gonna see how that's gonna go. I mean, people come here to basically end their lives, which, I mean, that's nothing to joke about, but it is it's a fun thing to just say, to walk around here and be like, oh, I'm here at the scary suicide forest, but at the same time, it's like, I feel also a sense that I really need to respect this place. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with depression, actually. That's not why I'm here. It's always been a struggle for me, so I'm not just walking around here and saying like, we're gonna find a dead person here today, guys. I hope we don't find a dead person here today. Really hope that's not what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be here all night, so I guess I'll probably get some footage. And I have 3 layers of clothes on. I have a jacket, I have a sweater, and I have one of those, like insulated, like tight shirts on. But this is, I mean, you can see the breath coming out of my mouth probably. And it's no joke. I mean, it is in the mountains, so it is very cold. Okay, I'm just hearing something from the side right now. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh. This is like this is turning into like a found footage horror. I mean, maybe this will be a found footage horror thing. But wow, this is really intense already. It's probably hard to tell from the video, but this is actually super creepy. Yeah. Honestly, it's really relieving to see that there's cars on this road. When I first walked into here, I was like, dude, I can't believe there's cars here. This is like, it's gonna mess up my recording. But now I'm like, thank God there's cars here. Oh my God, I just saw this tree trunk and I thought it was like a person. I thought this shit was like a person. Like, who comes here at nighttime by themselves to record a video that you can't even, you barely can see, except you can see the cars coming, but I mean, you can't really see anything else than that. You know, something I love so much about the forest is that it just sort of calms you down. Especially when you come from a large urban setting like Tokyo or somewhere else, some other city. When you come out here in the woods, it's like, it's a whole nother world, you know? Okay, so here we go. We're back in the face view. Now, it's really hard to say why I came out here, what I was planning to do here. A part of me says I just wanted to take a video and record it and I guess show people, and just heard a loud rustling noise from the left of me. A part of me wants to explore. Alright, this is fucking terrifying. Like, I'm just hearing noises from either side of me. Sounds like there's a person or something following me. I don't know what this is. Guess I have this nice little lantern right here. Attracting the spirits. And what I really wanted to talk about in this setting here is recently, or I guess maybe not recently, but a few months ago, I had sort of a mental health crisis. I had been depressed for like about a year. I didn't really tell anyone until until like a few months into it. By then it was already pretty bad. And I attempted suicide. So I drove out in my car to this sort of secluded island near my house, and I parked the car and I put tape over the car exhaust and I left the car running, and I was considering, I'm just gonna go to sleep in the car and I'll never wake up again. But by some miracle, I woke up maybe 30 minutes later, and I noticed, I don't really feel that much different right now. And so I went to check, and the tape was completely blown off of the car exhaust. So maybe I didn't tape it hard enough. I hear music from the forest. I'm not even joking right now. I hear music coming from the woods. Oh my god. What the hell is that? Holy shit. I don't know how to react to that. Like, maybe they're having like a party? Okay, it stopped. I don't hear it anymore. Okay, I hear playing now. Anyway. I looked at the exhaust and the tape was completely blown off, and so I guess some might consider that a divine intervention, but you know. Alright, this is fucking terrifying. I'm gonna keep walking to this cave area, and once I get there, I think I'm gonna probably call it a day. Anyway, I want to sort of continue the story, but when I was like 18 years old, so I guess I said 2 to 3 months ago, but really it's been going on for like a year. I've just been and isolated, and I guess that's sort of a common issue for young people these days, but it shocked me because I've always been the type of guy to just have no problem finding things to do by myself. Like, I mean, I'm here right now, and as a child I was always lost in my own world. You know, I loved playing with Legos and inventing my like whole scenarios in my head, like stories, and I think that's why it sort of came to me as a surprise that I began to have feelings of depression and loneliness, and this was during my senior year of high school. I'm now a freshman in college, so it really wasn't that long ago. And it was just so sudden, you know. I started the year, I remember I signed up for a couple AP courses. And one of these courses, AP Chemistry, was a very, it was a very difficult course, I just want to say. It was very hard to do, and I don't know how to describe it. I think at the start of my senior year in high school, I just sort of put too much on my plate. I'd always been a very good student. Like, I'd always had success academically. At that point, I never had a class I couldn't do, basically without really even trying. Like maybe not even show up to class at all. But yeah, at the start of that year, I started feeling something, and I couldn't pinpoint it exactly when it started, but I just remember feeling so isolated during that year. And I had this friend group I was in that I've been with since a long time, like probably since middle school, like 6th grade. And I'd been friends with them so long, but by the time it was senior year in high school, I just felt like our interests were diverging, mine and the friend groups. And it just felt like they didn't understand me anymore. And sometimes it felt like I was a burden on them. And so that could have been the beginning of it. During the early months of 12th grade, I sort of drifted away from my friend group. Sort of because our interests didn't match, or maybe, I don't know why, but that's what happened. And it could have started there, potentially. And another thing was my AP chemistry class. I started skipping class. And if you know AP chemistry, then you know that that's not a class you want to skip. And so my grade started tanking in that class. And so I just, it made me feel like a failure, I think. I've never had a class where I've studied so hard and still failed on the exams. And that was one of the classes. That was the first class I ever felt like that. And I just remember that day I studied for like hours, maybe the day or the weeks before, and on this exam I got only like 60%, which is basically a D. And so and that just shocked me, and at that point it just sort of reinforced the cycle of maybe I would quit going to class once every few weeks, and and yeah, that's how it all started. That's how it all began. And it sort of reinforced this cycle of depression, and so by the time of December of 2023, I was really not in a good mind state, emotionally, mentally. I was just feeling really depressed at that point. And it's amazing how I think I always thought of myself as, I would never kill myself. Like, I always had pride in myself. I believe in my own abilities, and life is worth living. And it's easy to say that, but most people who say that have never felt how it feels to be in that mindset, to be in that mind state where you feel like there's no way, there's no escape. And I mean, take it from me, like, I always thought I was above that, but when the time came, it was overwhelming, and I started to question, wouldn't it just be better if I didn't exist, like. And always the one thing that kept me going was the people, my relatives, like my mom. She's a single mom, and she worked so hard for me her whole life, and I think the idea of leaving her by herself was just too much for me to handle. That was definitely one of the most overpowering things that sort of went against my desire to end my own life. But yeah, it was right after Christmas. We just went to Timberline Lodge, this place in the mountains in Oregon. It was where The Shining, I think part of it was filmed, I'm not sure. It was such a nice Christmas, and I looked very happy to my relatives. My aunt was there, and my mom and I, just the three of us went there. And there's no way they could possibly have understood what was going on in my head at that time. And that's just terrifying. I always see these videos of people 3 days before they commit suicide, and they're always laughing and they're joking, but just the next day they're gone. And that is just a shocking, like, it's insane to me. And I never was able to understand it. I was never able to understand this until I actually was in that same situation. And on that day, the day that I tried to take my own life, I remember when I drove out there, it didn't feel real. It felt like I just got this shit scared out of me, man. Sounds like there's someone. Oh my god. Sounds like there's someone following me. Oh. Jesus. You kind of interrupted my story there a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take the video as it is, like this. It's just amazing, I think, just talking about this. And it's really hard to talk about these things to people. I mean, they always say, you can go to therapy or you can get counseling, but when you're in that mindset that no one will understand me and no one can help me, no one understands what I'm going through. And when you feel isolated like that, even though there are people who love you, and even though people say, people love you, nobody wants you to die, sometimes it feels like there's no way out. Sometimes it feels like even though there's people who love you, they still don't understand you. Even though you can go to therapy, you can talk to your counselor, you can talk to whoever you like, it just doesn't matter because they can't understand who you are, really, your struggles. And a part of you doesn't want them to understand. Because as weird as it is to say this, in some ways there's a sort of romantic feeling of being depressed and being suicidal. There's something about it when your life is terrible and when everything is going wrong. Something about knowing that there's a way out of it is almost poetic. Anyway, when I was, I'll finish this story as I was saying earlier. When I was walking, or when I was driving to the place I was going to commit suicide, I kept repeating this one phrase in my head over and over again. Like, I'm free. I'm free, finally. And so when I got to the place I was going to do it, and I put the tape on my car exhaust, and I sat down and I closed my eyes for what I thought was the last time. I was relaxed, almost. I was a little nervous, to be honest, but more so, I was relaxed. And I felt like this is what had to be done. And the thing that always gets me about this is that I didn't intend to make it out of this alive, which obviously people who commit suicide don't intend to make it out of it alive, which could kind of defeat the purpose. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't me who stopped myself in the last moment. There's always stories of, I thought of my family, I thought of the people who loved me and the reasons I have to live, and I decided I wouldn't do it. But for me, I thought of my family, I thought of my mom, my single mom who worked so hard for me And I thought of all of that, and I still decided to do it. I still said, my life is not worth this. It won't matter once I'm gone, because I won't understand. And that just gets to me every time. The fact that okay, there's actually a pretty big road right here. The fact that I thought about all of those things, those people who loved me, all of the reasons I had to live, and I still decided that it wasn't worth it, and I went through with the act, is what gets me the most, because even though it was an unsuccessful attempt at my life, it wasn't me who stopped it. I guess it was luck, or it was fate, I don't know. And it sort of gets me emotional, really, thinking about this and walking through this place where people go to end their lives. And it's so sad to think about. And I know some people come here to film videos like, let's get a video of a dead person, or let's get, whatever. But for me, it's something deeper than that. Like, I feel like this place has to be respected rather than exploited for views and for content. And as someone who had a near-death encounter with suicide, as someone who attempted suicide and almost succeeded, it's crazy. There's no better word I can say to come here and yeah. It's funny, I felt really nervous when I first walked in here. I felt like I don't know what I felt like. I was gonna get attacked by a bear or whatever, but now I just sort of feel like I'm meditating as I'm walking and talking. I honestly don't know I hope people can hear what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm back here, and I got to this sort of big road here. And I noticed across from the road there's this big parking lot with blue lights. And I remember hearing that Japan sort of puts up these blue lights to prevent people from suicide. It has some sort of calming effect on the mind or something like that. And yeah, I just wanted to record this because I think this is pretty amazing. It's ominous, really. So here is a little diagram of where I am right here. You can see I'm in the forest. I don't know what this says. But, I'm gonna take a look over here. There's actually a trail that leads into the forest right here. There's no lights on this trail. And so this is honestly, this is pretty scary. Now I'm gonna go check out what this sign right here says. Okay. I don't know what this says. Okay. It's a warning message, some kind of warning message. I'm probably gonna check out what it says, and then I'll... Now, it looks like what it says is that you shouldn't harm the animals here or something like that. So right now I'm eating these chips. Chip Star is what it's called. Potato chips. Yeah. I guess I got sort of hungry, so I'm just preparing to enter this forest, because to be honest, I came all this way. I tried to come here like 2 times before, and both times it was either too late, and I just couldn't go to the suicide forest, or the people with me didn't want to go, so I didn't go. I don't know if you've ever been somewhere or tried to go somewhere and just your entire body tells you you should not do it. Personally, I'm mainly afraid of the bears. You know, oftentimes, even though people tell you to think about your family or think about your future, I mean, it's the simple things that really matter. And just sitting here and eating these chip stars really gives me a whole new outlook on my life. I mean, if on the day that I was gonna do it, I was gonna kill myself, I had some of these, I might have rethought what I was gonna do. And maybe that sounds like a joke, but to be honest, I'm dead serious. Like, I think this might sound really stupid, but my advice to people who are going through a hard time, rather than think about the big picture, rather than think about your future or rather than thinking about your future or your family, it's better to think about the little things. Because to be honest, for most of us, even though they say think about your future, think about what's in store for you, the future is what's causing us all of this stress. And our family also could be causing us stress. And sometimes to continue thinking about the bigger picture like this, I think from my perspective can actually lead to more depression. And so sometimes in life, you just need to have some chip stars. You know, normally I'm such a yapper, but I just feel so different today. Right now I'm sort of next to this building near the forest, right next to the forest actually. It's, I think in the daytime it's a restaurant or some sort of stand. They sell like ice cream and stuff like that. But right now they're not selling. I mean, I don't think they're selling ice cream. I apologize for like the close camera the whole time. Hello? Alright, so I was just sitting here and talking about shit, and suddenly this guy comes up in his car, right next to me, and starts to talk to me. And you know, I think he thinks I'm trying to kill myself or I'm suicidal, which makes sense because I'm standing here sort of looking around like, you know, freaking out. And so it's been about like maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes since the last recorded, and the whole time I was just trying to convince this guy in my broken Japanese that like I'm not here to kill myself. I'm just trying to wait till the morning. But yeah.
樹海じゃなくて別のところにあるかもしれない。
Alright, so short update. I was talking to these people, to this guy, and he thought I was gonna, trying to kill myself in the forest. And so I was trying to explain to him in my broken Japanese, like, yeah, I'm not trying to kill myself, but, so these guys, I don't know, like 2 other people, I think they're streamers, Japanese streamers showed up, and it is so weird. Like, I was just there and they were like, are you going into the forest? And I said, yeah, I guess so. I want to go into the forest. And he was like, well, do you want to go with us? And see, normally I wouldn't do that because it's like sort of suspicious. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to go with you guys. So it looks like I am going to be going into the forest today. And this guy showed me photos on his phone of like actual dead people. I said earlier, I hope I don't find dead people, but I think I'm gonna find some dead people. Guess I'll come back when we're going into the forest. Oh. ここから、森に入る？
ここからも入れるし、こっちからも入れるし。
Okay, so he says we're gonna go into the forest.
ただ、覚悟してね。大変だから。
Okay.
大丈夫？
大丈夫。He's got a camera. Pretty big light, actually. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to do this today, but I guess the opportunity arises. And I think from here we might just go into the forest. I don't know, he said like somewhere around here. But I guess I'll start recording when we get to the forest, or when we start going inside the forest.
いいなーって、それはもう配信者ですもん。喋らんとね、喋らんと仕事にならんみたいなところあるじゃないですか、配信者って。
I have no idea what they're saying. And this guy next to me has like a whole vest on. Like he's very prepared for this kind of stuff, unlike me. Okay, maybe we're gonna go in through here.
思わずこけた？大丈夫？
Wow. Okay. Oh my god.
そうなんですね、皆さん。ありがとう。
Kind of fell down into this hole right here. I'm free. There's like a trap. There's a branch in front of me here. So this was definitely not somewhere I would want to go by myself. Wow. I mean, this is like once in a lifetime experience. Just go finding a dead person in this forest. I actually have New Balance shoes on right now, so it's really not the best for this environment. The other members are kind of lagging behind here. It's a pretty, I mean, the terrain is treacherous. These logs are like molded out, so if you step on them, you just sort of fall through.
ついてないんじゃない？
もうノート以来だもん。
Shows
みんな
us
今どう
the
電波。
New Balance shoes.
今電波どう？大丈夫そう？
I have the white ones here. The better ones, to be honest. Back into my... Whoa!
ねえ、猫冷えんのせいでよ今。マジで。
I think he like hit the branch and the water just fell down. If ever there was like a horror movie situation where the person gets killed, I mean, it would probably be these people here with me. Oh, maybe you see something?
電波悪いね、やっぱ。
Alright, I'm not sure if we saw something, but we stopped for a second. Wow.
GPS も重てえな。
I mean, it's so peaceful.
めっちゃ電波あるね。
悪いよね。みんな入れちゃおうかな。
本当ですよ。
みんな入れちゃおうか。ダブル配信で超迷う。ダブル配信の方が全然なんか。
Wow, this is pretty crazy. This is like some sort of
電波悪
ravine
いよ
here.
ね。だよね。
反対行く？反対エリア。こっち電波ないね。
キャスもダメ？
キャスもちょっと遅延が
Oh, okay, so they don't have signal right now.
で行っちゃおうかなと思った。
Yeah. This is crazy. He's got an EV hat on when we're searching for dead people, and he has a Pokemon hat on.
だいぶ電波状況そうだけど。
あんまりね、あんま良くないんですよ。
みんなには言ってあったから。
Alright. So it seems like they want to go back the other way because the signal is not very good. And so I'm just recording on my phone, so I don't really have that issue, but
しばらく歩けばね、多分電波回復するかもしれないけどね。だいぶラグいい。
wow.
よし、最高行こう。よいしょ。
最高。
最高。
Alright.
あ、ここもダメだ。
Alright, so
Jump.
I guess we've encountered an obstacle here.
Jump.
It doesn't look like too big of an obstacle. There's like a little... Some of these people.
合ってる？
いいかわいい。
But,
そう、合ってると思うよ。
so it looks like we actually we lost the way for the path, actually, which is I've never, thought that was going to happen. Look at this branch. Evie is up there in the front. I was making fun of him, but damn, he's going for it, man. He's really, I think we're heading to that light in the distance. Okay, we're back at the road. Now, okay, I guess we're gonna go
ち側でも
I thought that was the end of it, but I guess we're gonna go back into the forest on this side now.
天気悪いから
Yeah, I still can't get over the fact that this guy's wearing a Pokemon hat. I mean, that's a whole nother level. I never thought that was even possible to do. It never occurred to me. I have a Stitch hat back home, but thankfully I didn't bring it with me because I might have felt compelled to wear it. But I mean, I told myself it wouldn't be like Logan Paul, but I think if I wore a Stitch hat as I found like a dead person, I mean, that would be a really good thumbnail, to be honest, but a little disrespectful, I have to say. And this guy, he's the master, I guess, so we're just gonna follow this guy. I don't know if you can see, he has like, tactical vest on, sort of. I mean, you don't see that kind of stuff every day. Alright. She had some like fleas on her hair or something. That's pretty nasty. Okay, it looks like there's a dinosaur footprint right there. Oh. Kuma. There's like an animal up there. It looks like some kind of bear. I don't know. They said its eyes were glowing. Maybe it's another Eevee. Alright, they said something is moving. Something is moving up there. So hopefully that's not a bear. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a person. No, there's like a cave down here. It looks like a bear would be in that cave. Like something. I don't know what this is, but that's where I would be if I was a bear. Alright, it's around like 12 a.m. right now, and I think there's not many cars passing by right now, so which is good because I can speak very softly and people can hear me. This is like an ASMR basically. ASMR suicide forest. Okay, we're going in right here. This is a nice path right here. This is really nice. You know, sometimes when I'm walking out here in the forest, I start to think about the political and economic state of the world. You know, he beat Kamala Harris pretty good in both the electoral and the popular vote, which is a shocking thing because, you know, he never won the popular vote. And that's just very depressing. But, you know, I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and Portland is, you know, that's where all the liberals are. I'm not necessarily a liberal, but, you know, you could say that I have some left-leaning tendencies. You could probably tell when I first came to this forest, I was very intent on preserving the dignity of the people who died here. But at this point, I've completely turned into a, you know, dirty MAGA Republican. No offense. If there's ever been a time for a president to act for the common people, and, you know, the MAGA Republicans all act, you know, say they act for a common, you know, force, but if they can pull through on their reforms and actually make the country a better place, then that would just be an amazing thing, I think. Ignore the media for now, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. And if he makes good choices, and, you know, if I research it and it's like, well, he made a good choice, he helped the people with this legislation, then I'm just gonna support him and I'm gonna say I was wrong, and he's, you know, really is a good president. King Donald Trump, the master Donald Trump. These guys are probably wondering why I'm saying Donald Trump many times, like I'm invoking some sort of a demon. He's won the House, the Senate, and the courts are on his side, so he basically is some sort of lesser deity at this point, so I might as well pray to him. Pray to God of America, Donald Trump, president, glorious president of the United States of America. Now, I wonder what's going to happen to the Democratic Party after, I mean, the Dems have always, the dirty Dems. I mean, this recent election has shown that the working class doesn't actually support the Democratic Party. But interestingly enough, it seems like the liberals still think the working class supports them, instead of focusing on economic factors like, you know, inflation and stuff like that. They focus on like political and culture war factors like abortion, like the Republicans, the racist Republicans, the rapist Republicans. I think that in part cost them the election this time, because the people really don't care about that kind of stuff, especially the people that the Democratic Party is meant to be standing up for. Now, sometimes they argue, well, it's the education gap, where our voter base is actually uneducated, and if they were educated, then they would have voted for us. But, you know, in my opinion, that's just a classic cop-out. I mean, saying your voter base is uneducated is basically the same as saying, well, you know, they just don't get the message. They crafted a message that did not resonate with the people, and they paid for it.
The Senate, the courts, and the executive run red with Republican righteous theory.
You know, it gets harder to support a party that seems like it can't even support itself. I don't know, they're struggling very much back there. Just like the Democrats really are struggling. Now, when it comes to abortion, so far we have not found any. Oh, she got stuck inside of the hole here. I hear sort of something here. You know, she seems to can't find her way in this forest, just like how the dirty Democrats can't find their way in the House or the Senate. If he's going to fix their economic and financial struggles, then why not elect him? I mean, might as well elect. Doesn't matter if it's Donald Trump or if it's Genghis Khan. You know, they'll elect him if he's red. They'll put him up there. Okay, they're really having some trouble here today. And oh, Evie. Okay, I guess we're gonna take a little break here. You know, whenever I see someone who's dead, which is not very often, but whenever I see someone who's dead, I always think, I wonder if they voted for Yeah, it's kind of dark here, as you can see. Alright, so we're here right now. Can't really see anything, but we are in the forest. Bro, they're like bullying this poor guy. Alright, I'm just gonna follow these guys. These two guys. I'm probably gonna overtake her pretty soon. Now, what I found is that Japanese Americans are more in favor of Kamala Harris rather than Donald Trump. But interestingly enough, Japanese people I've talked to so far are very hardline Donald Trump supporters. It's a really shocking thing. Never would have thought. I think the D-Bens are getting very scared to talk to me now because they're afraid I'm going to ask them, and I will ask them, to be frank. I'll ask them if they like Kamala or Donald Trump, and I don't think they can answer that question. I wonder if I'm ruining the vibe here by talking about this. It's supposed to be like a creepy sort of thing. I'm just out here talking about the US presidential election. Okay, this is kind of creepy. Oh, look, there's like a little flower.
うわ、濃いお茶ありがとう
You
ござ
see
いま
that?
す。
Little red flower right there. All right, I see like there's a little, some kind of animal up there, I think. I don't think they see it yet. I'm not going to tell them, so, you know, I like to hear them scream. Oh, there's someone over there. Oh, shit.
確かに。
Okay, there's something over there.
本当になんか最近のね、
Looks like there's a
最近
recent...
のものがある。
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're walking up to these shoes. Right here, it looks like there's some sort of a water bottle here. Something.
綺麗すぎん。
前見たっすね。ええ。香水。
どういうこと？
Okay, I'm gonna go a little closer. I'm gonna go around, get a better vantage point. But honestly, it's hard to believe these people are like touching this dead guy's stuff. I mean, I think we have to be respectful when it comes to this sort of thing. Regardless of my jokes I made, I think that this is something that is really depressing, and I've suffered through the same sort of things as these people. I felt the same sort of things as them, and it's just not in my place to intentionally disturb their resting places. And honestly, I pray for these people. And this is really insane. Like I have never done something like this before. Never gone searching for dead people in the forest before. You know, I'm not a democratic politician. This is just very depressing. Now, yes, this is just okay, he's stepping all over it right now. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording for now, and we'll see if we find anything else.
네. さあ、菓子ボリボリ食いながら見てる？おめえデブだろ。歩行地だから多分一緒出れる。
歩いたらね。
わかんない。普通ね、どこに取ったんだろうね。仲間にすな。足に乗られてようと関係ないよ。うん、俺呪いよりもすごいかもしれない。
Alright, so everyone's talking about very random things now. He's talking about yakiniku, so like roast, I don't know what that is, like personally roasted meat. That sounds really not the best. Or what is that? There's something over there. Okay, this is really a wide open area in this forest. If you see this. No, I guess that's just a tree. Alright. This is like falling apart.
焼肉行った方がいいよ。めっちゃうまいから。めっちゃうまいから。本当に。行くべき。もう俺は今日行くって決めたもん。一人でも行くって決めたもん。肉が食いたい。全然
Wow. From what they're saying, I don't have the best Japanese, but it seems like it's possible that we got lost in this forest. Alright, so based on the GPS I just looked at it, we're actually heading deeper into the forest right now, rather than attempting to go onto the road, so who knows how that's gonna go.
でも食べねえとさ
Okay.
いい類かぶってる人は高部位どこか写真だ電波ないねゼノギアス電波厳しくなったこっちにお
だんだんやっぱ腐敗してってね、日にちが経って腐敗して
Okay, it looks like he sees something here. I don't know what he saw there. Maybe schizophrenic, I don't know.
その日は飯は食う。あ、本当に。
Wow, listen to this shit, man. I think my chances of survival may have been better on my own, actually. It's probably like 1 a.m. right now, so I still have quite a bit of time here. But I really have been spending the night here. It's been since like 4 p.m. when I got here, and it's already 1 a.m., so I really have spent quite a while here. I feel like I'm a colonizer right now. Like, this place is where I would be if I was a bear. I see like a little cave right here. That is totally a bear cave right there, man. There's no way that's not a bear cave. I'm big enough to fit. Oh.
Ooh.
I see here, there's a... Wow, you know, I can... Looks like a tent was put up here. Again, it's just... I just dropped something. As I was saying, it's very sad. It's terrible that someone would end their life in a place like this. It's just hard to believe, you know, in a forest like this. I mean, by myself, I would not even think of coming to somewhere like this, but someone is, you know, can be so depressed that this is the only option for them, is to come out here. And that is just an absolutely shocking and depressing fact, I think. My respects to whoever lay here to rest. She's going up there to do something. You know, if there are spirits in this forest, they are definitely going to attack these people. I just wish I could have helped them.
私もこの中からそうですね。
祝日前夜と
そういうのが多かったと思います。特に
ですね。
特別多かったと思います。
基本的に休みの日昔ある。
I think they were pretty young person. I just had to turn off the camera and just for a second, because you know, you don't see stuff like this in the I mean, if you saw something like this in Portland, I would think it was a homeless person. Maybe he was camping in the forest. But yeah, this is different. Alright, so he's doing a ghost. I wasn't gonna record this, but he has like a ghost finder thing. So I think he's found a ghost basically over there. Now, frankly, if I was a ghost, I would also be very angry at these people, you know, disturbing my grave. I mean, this is quite obviously like, I hate to be like the nerd, but this is really not something I would do. I mean, this is really kind of disrespectful, I say, and
向きによって全然違うんだよそれ。1を超えると振り切ったっていう。そこにまだいる。どこにさ変な話小板井さんいたのこれ。
never thought I'd be in this situation. People talk about Pokemon over a suicide, a place where someone committed suicide. We're talking about Pokemon. This guy's wearing an Eevee hat, and I'm talking about the 2024 U.S. election. I mean, this is really something you don't see every day, that's for sure. So it looks like there's something over there. It's a plastic bottle. It's on a tree, and I don't know what that's doing there. But it looks like there's nothing else really there. It looks like they found something over there. There's like a string attached to the bottle on the right side. I don't know what that's for, but I think we're gonna get moving soon. Okay, I don't know if they found something. Maybe they found something. I hear, oh. It's a rope. A rope that goes all the way right to here. Actually keeps going. It goes all the way over here to this tent, actually. I really wonder what this rope was for. I mean, it keeps going down this way. Like it leads to somewhere. There's something over there. The rope continues this way. I guess we're gonna follow it. And we may have found something here. I hear he was quite surprised by something. Okay, there's something over there.
え、これやばいね。歯も落ちてんじゃん。
Oh, it's a cave. There's like a cave in there. That's crazy.
夏だけそうですよ。
This is where
ほんとね、ほんと一歩間違えるとさ、
this is where the bears are.
ほんと怪我する場所なんで、自分もですね、もう何度も転びました。滑ってね、穴にはまったりとか、膝ぶつけたりとかさ。
It actually, wow, it keeps going.
何度もあります
ここまでだと思う。
そうここまで。
ペットボトルがあります。
There's a plastic bottle in there. And it looks, okay, it looks as if
捜索したら出てきそうだね。
ね。でも多分ね見つからんと思う。もう相当この辺はみんな出入りしてるから。
looks as if someone went into this cave and maybe never came back out. I'm gonna take a little look. Okay, there's like some kind of like wooden thing here tied. Post. I don't know what this is. Looks like it was constructed by a human. Some kind of thing here. Now I'm just gonna go down here. Wow. This is a really deep cave. It really goes down pretty far. Obviously should never go inside this thing. But I can honestly see how a forest like this got a reputation for being somewhere where people go to die. Because there's so many places like this in the forest, just like caves and like holes in the ground that are just, I mean, it's just if you're gonna die somewhere, then you might as well go into somewhere like this, you know. I mean, there's definitely someone in there. Like, there's something in there. I know that for sure. Either a bear, or a skeleton, or like even a person. Who knows? But there is for sure something in that cave. You can just tell, like from looking at this. There's plastic bottles on the outside. There's like many examples of, I don't know if I'd say recent, but it looks like sometime in the last year or so, there's some blue tarp and plastic bottles. Alright, we're gonna keep moving. When you stand on the edge of the abyss, the scariest thing isn't thinking that you'll fall, but the scariest thing is thinking that you'll leap. And with places like that, I mean, there's a part of you that just wants to go in there, that just wants to. What if I just split off from them, went into this cave and just never showed up again? Have a cinnamon toast crunch, looks like. I used to love, well actually I never had those, but I'm just trying to relate to the humans. Hi.
自然破壊。
そうちょっと
破壊。
雨でさ、めちゃくちゃ木がさ、もういや濃いんだよね。めちゃくちゃ濃いよ。何すんのよ。
This guy got stuck here.
え、花見こっちに海で怖かった？
In this branch. It really wasn't that big of a deal. Here we go.
今に声かけてますね。確かに。ミヤマクワガタじゃない、なんだっけな。姫のなんちゃら、さっきなんだっけな。この名前が。おっと。標高1000メーターくらいのところにいないんです。埋まった。大丈夫？ねえ。大丈夫？
私の足埋まった。
やっぱそういう答えてくれるね。
Yeah, if this was a horror movie, we know what would happen here. We know who would go down first, I think. There's a mushroom down here.
Daijoubu?
やばい。なんかついた。
Uh-oh.
スピボが
The ghost detector just turned on.
ねえ、許してよ。マジで。気づいた今。なんで言わねえんだよ。
There's like a jump over here. It's really not that bad. I mean, it's just a little drop. But if you really just do it quickly like that, then it's really good.
足気をつけてよ。後ろ。
Mm. What is that?
あ、びっくりした。危な。
Oh,
そこのもうそこに
that's a skull.
映しちゃダメだ。
バンになっちゃうよ。
Are we not allowed to show this? They're saying we can't show this.
みっちゃんに怒られた。言えって。
やばんなる。
Holy sh!
俺も気づいてるか
なるわ。
Wow. I mean, I thought it was a mushroom.
映せないんですよね。映すとちょっとあんまり良くないんで。
But
映せません。
that is a skull. Looks like it's broken in half.
顔面がないんですよ。
体が見つからないってこと？
体が見つかんない。 クマに飼われてしまった可能性が高い。
Oh, he said the chances of a bear being the one to finish this guy were pretty high because the skull is just half and the rest of the body is never found. So
そうじゃないとね、僕みたいになるからね。
頭蓋骨がね。
でもね、TikTok 骨バンなんないんだよね。
wow.
だって今バンなってないよ。呼ばれてる。違反者がいたのか
もうここから道路近い？結構近くない？
な。何が？
道路まで近いの？
そういう
道路
クマ
まで？
クマありますよ。
道路までね、
本当にクマいますよ。
遠い。
遠い？
意外と距離がある。
道路まで結構遠いんですよ。ここから今いる場所からね、道路までが
これ何分ぐらいかある？
結構距離がある。
どうかな。こっからでも30分
Sounds like there's a fire engine, so the road must be pretty nearby. Or police.
Dirty nice. Dirty nice. Kiss me nice.
トモさん本当です。
This guy's been yelling. And we're in a completely silent forest. No other noises except the raindrops on the ground. They can probably hear this. Right now I'm standing on a ledge here, right behind these people. Very loud. And down here is just an expanse of dark forest. This is the first ever video I've made, so I don't have any special equipment or the charisma of the people behind me. And so all I have is my phone and a portable battery, and that's all I have. So I'm just walking through this forest, following these people, and alright, they're saying it's cold, so maybe we're about to leave soon. Alright.
どんなことしようがね、どんな配信やってよう
We're
が。
on the way now, and can't tell if this guy is drunk, but
結局稼いでる 人がやっぱ優遇されるわけで、うん、
これ絶対危ないよ。
それはあるよね。
これ絶対危ない。待って、いけないんだけど。
大丈夫。己を信じて。
足が埋まる。
己を信じて。
足が埋まっちゃう。
So, we just found what looks like a body bag or some
ジンバラが言うこと聞かない。
a tarp, a blue tarp
ジンバラが言うこと。
down there, and it really looks like there's like a person in there.
気をつけないと。
Oh gosh, I don't know what. I mean, you know, when we first started here, it seemed like we couldn't, you know, we couldn't find anything, but now
大丈夫？
危ない。
待って、ライト転がってっちゃった。痛い。
危な。
痛い。待って。
I think it's around 3:10 a.m.
来ちゃった。痛っ。
こけただけでも警告来る。
待って、膝思いっきり打った。
さあ、
I'm gonna go down here and check this out.
めくれた？
Obviously something happened here.
血は出てる？
血出てないけど多分腫れてる。やばい、マガンない。
さあ。
ついて。
Maybe this is a tent.
現状は。
あ、血出た。すりむいた。
応急処置やね。水で治そうとする。すごい精神。一応ね、切り傷はそこまで太くないから。
膝がくっそいて。何警告だったんだろうな。結構怖い。嵐に救われました。
There's another one over here.
ね、本当だよね。
Looks like we found a trail. So yeah.
ね、女性、美咲さん、女性の方がですね、ちょっと転んでしまってね、
I think we're going back because she fell down earlier. You know how it goes. And so we're just gonna head back now.
戻って応急処置します。
Yeah. And overall, it was, I mean, I'd have to call it a success. I achieved my goals of walking into the forest. And it was an experience for sure. I feel a lot different than how I did when I came in here. You know, when I walked in here, you know, I was joking about different things, but right now I just feel more serious.
皆さん起きてますか？皆さんもう3時半。
And
寝落ちしてる人もね。
when you can connect your own personal experiences to the environment around you, that definitely makes it more serious, because I've had my share of and so just knowing how close I was to that and seeing all of these things really strikes a chord in me, and I think not in the same way as it does to these people. And so in a way it's not scary at all. To be honest, I don't know how to describe this, but it almost fills me with a sense of determination. Seeing all of this death and knowing that I made it out, even if it's by fate, it's really powerful. It feels like I have to succeed now, because I never thought too strongly about this incident. But now when I look at all of this, I sort of feel like, well, it's a pretty big thing after all that I survived. And what I got from this is a profound sense of determination. I feel like now I can't fail in my life, because by pure fate I survived. And it's like I don't have another choice at this point. I didn't think I would get to this point, but I wanted to keep this video low energy, just sort of calm and relaxing, but this has sort of turned into a more philosophical discussion. But I think that's okay. I think that's what you want to get. That's what you really want to get from these experiences. It's not just the views. It's not just about having a fun time. It's about gaining a deeper insight in the world. And I sure as hell just gained a deeper insight into my world. Alright, so we're back on the road, and I don't know how to end this, but that was an eye-opening experience. I love going out to places like this and doing things like this, and it's nice of these people to, I guess, show me around the forest of death, but I think next time I'll get people with a similar mindset to me. Thanks for watching. Bye.